Hey guys, another couple weeks or a week or so, bunch of comics from different places, new releases at the end, this flea market and LCSs, so a few different spots. Let's go. So it's with a heavy heart that I have to announce that one of the favorite dollar bin spots in the city at the flea market, where there's 6 or 7, well, one less comic vendor there now. Dan at Mad Cat, for years, I think even at the beginning of when I was doing these hauls of this channel, he had some of the best dollar bins I've ever seen, and his $2 and $3 bins were pretty awesome too. I'd often find stuff for $5 that would be worth $15, or for $3 that would be worth $15, and stuff like that. I also found my first Kirby comic there, but yeah, he's shutting it down. He said he might still do probably will do conventions and stuff once in a while, or maybe a little garage cons or something. Just wish him the best is what I'd say. It's sad to see him go, but good to see somebody make a definitive move that will be for the better for themselves. Maybe it's a labor of love, and you just gotta you gotta prioritize or whatever. So it was a hell of a good run. Like I said, some of the favorite bargain bins ever, and when I graduated to looking at those $2 and $3 and $5 items, it was really great prices and stuff. A lot of great finds over the years. I think, did I mention already? I found I got my first Kirby comic there. I never really was into it before until our fighting forces. But okay, he was clearing it out, and there was only a few boxes of stuff left there. So I guess good for him too. He made some good deals to help clear it out and not have to carry it all back and stuff. Okay, so from 50-cent bins, he gave me a little bit off, but nothing too crazy. But yeah, just I'm not trying to haggle and stuff. Everything in here is really nice shape, actually, for the most part, for the dollar stuff anyway. Anyway, okay, let's go. Apache Dick from the pages of Trouble with Girls. Yeah, I know. One of the Doom 29 9s I'm missing. This is really fun to read so far from the handful of early issues I've read. All these G.I. Joe comics are probably upgrades to my versions. 50 cents for these, and they're in quite good shape. Probably VF. 52, 54, 57. G.I. Joe Order of Battle, number 1. You know what this is, but I just wanted to remark, what do you think, which comics like this would it be for you that it's whenever I'm putting away one of these, or even coming past it, I have to flip through it. I enjoy looking through it and stuff like that. There's gotta be if you think about the ones in your collection, I wonder if it would just be all of those together, if it would just only be a certain amount of your very favorite stuff, or just something that could compels you to look through them. Right? Oh yeah, something I wanted to mention too. Well, okay, anyways, so G.I. Joe Special Missions number 1. Does this, I think I was hearing Chuck Dixon say there's some of his favorite G.I. Joe stuff, but yeah, a lot of these also, they have that little perforation. We've mentioned it before, talked about it before in the newsprint that, oh, excuse me, I had to sneeze there, that when you open it, it's the pages are stuck together in that perforation, that it's never been opened before. So a lot of these, I guess, have just been who knows where, but never even opened. Just an old stack, but there might be some damage and stuff. I guess that's not VF, as I mentioned, but Special Missions number 2, that's got to be Zach, right? Yeah, a whole ton of these are new, but I guess they've traveled a little bit. Special Missions number 3, Hex number 6, some Mike Fleischer and early Tex Teixeira, showing that he is good at drawing the babes already at that point too. John Sable Freelance number 1. These are rare as hell. No, of course they're not, but an extra copy of number 1. Kind of fun stuff. This is about the only way I've never checked this out, because I just kind of like steered away from this stuff, even like instinctively as a kid, for better or for worse. Team 7, but I seen like, I was like, Barry Windsor Smith cover, then I opened it up, and Chuck Dixon on the story, Chris Warner from Black Cross and early Predator comics on the pencils, so it actually looks pretty good there in here. Might be alright. We'll see. From the imprint Studio Proteus, that was bringing in a lot of good manga, even like in the Dark Horse era. Even what are they doing? Like even like Eclipse or Pacific maybe as well. This time from Innovation, so I guess they got around. This is 3x3 Eyes. Not familiar with this at all. Should we look inside? Let's flip inside together. See how it is, right? Okay, moving on. Classic X-Men number 20. With Rogue all caked out there. Gotta check that out. Who is this? Yeah, that's Art Adams. Look at this, it's crazy. So caked out. And the John Bolton backup stories, of course, too, are always like pretty fire. Trying to put together Doug mentioned Kelly Jones Batman run. This is number 518. Slowly doing that from like the Bargains number 528. I saw this as some Brubaker on Batman. This is number 599, 601, 603. Trying to put together a set of Jonah Hex, any Jonah Hex from like Lansdale and Truman. I especially like Riders of the Worm. I think I've got a second set of that ready. But Two Gun Mojo to like to send to my friend overseas. I think you should like them. So I'm maybe missing like a couple more of these. So, but number 5 of that. Joe R. Lansdale again, and Mark A. Nelson. Who's Mark A.? He did like some of the Aliens and even some Shadowrun, which I found some like first wave of old Shadowrun source books from the late 80s. Haven't yet covered them on this channel, but that'll be coming up. So Mark A. Nelson getting around, kind of like that heavy metal, like headbanger kind of stuff maybe. I'm not familiar with this, but we'll check it out. Some more Brubaker, this time Catwoman number 23. Getting out the Savage Dragons together. I like this stuff I had as a kid, but I purged like my first comic collection back when I was like about 21 or so. You know, stupid decisions. Savage Dragon number 2 from the volume 1. Some Il Bill Sienkiewicz number 20. These are doubles, but I think these might be upgrades, or like maybe they're like kind of undervalued. There's probably bajillions of these out there though, but they're still pretty cool. New Mutants number 20, number 22. There's a couple like I guess bigger issues that are you won't find with these. 23, 25. Sin City the Big Fat Kill number 3. Yeah, I would say I kind of think like the peak was like number 1 and didn't kill 4, but because these are all good, but they're not as like killer. They're still killer, but I just think like the peak is Damn to Kill 4, and I'm only saying that because it's like fun to think about. It just makes you try to like recollect and think about Sin City. Like obviously this is awesome, but anyhow, so this has pinups by John Romita Sr. and this nude one by Art Adams. It's pretty classic too. Web of Spider-Man number 11. Just kind of cool cover art, but it's not the same artist inside, it turns out. Star Wars Bounty Hunters featuring Bosk for $1. Sure, I'll check it. Number 11 that was. Mighty Thor number 344. Trying to put together the Simonson run still. Pretty close to having all the Hama and Silvestri. This is not Silvestri though yet, right? But I guess the Claremont and John Byrne stuff before that, and John Buscema for Wolverine is like I didn't prioritize that, but I'll get it for $1. Wolverine number 9. Uncanny X-Men 270. Jim Lee on Uncanny might be the best of Jim Lee for my money, maybe. I kind of like Punisher War Journal as well, but you know, that's not the same. It's pretty nice, kind of classic looking stuff though, but there's more like, you know, really hitting the stride or blowing people's minds for like bombastic 90s superhero stuff. It's about the pinnacle of that. I don't know what it is, like his work to me is like, this is kind of it for me. Like his rendering is super good, but it's just not as there's something like really lively back in this period. Like the characters seem really animated and lively, and nowadays, not to talk shit, I just mean like, what is it exactly? It's like they just like seem like not as loose or something nowadays. Maybe more stiff if you want to be mean. But yeah, anyway, moving on. X-Men number 6, because my other one is beat up. Yeah, even this is like getting a little like, you know, Uncanny is like better. Anyhow, okay, so these are sorry, just brain farting. Wolverine, Savage Wolverine by Frank Cho. These trade paperbacks are like a couple dollars each. First X-Men by Neil Adams hardcover. This is $2. Yes, sir. Some of these are like $1 even. I didn't even know Warren Ellis worked on Wolverine, but this is Wolverine Not Dead Yet. Sadly to look at Lionel Yu on the art, who can really bring it, but it looked like he's like a little bit like rushed or something inside, sad to say. But we'll see how that is. Do love the Cable, so this is just like, you know, for, I think it said $2 for this, so this is probably like a title and team that I'm like not familiar with at all, but maybe you know, get exposed to something different. Lastly, there at Dan's, he had this Olivia Bernardini, however you would say her name, Olivia, the painter, Lunchbox. Like, I try not to get stuff like this, honestly, but it was only $10 because he said it like he dropped it and it got banged up on one corner a little bit. I'm trying to look for that right now. Let's see where it is. That must be it right there. Just sat there. Come on, autofocus, you piece of crap. As Neil Young would say. I didn't even notice this like kind of almost like lace around that. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. So like, what do I do with? Oh yeah, I like this area of Olivia. It seems to me like around this like kind of. I think this box is from 2000, but it seems like around the 90s or mid 90s is kind of my favorite stuff of hers. I guess it comes with a little postcard inside too. There it is. What do I put in here? Just ammo. Carry ammunition in there, I reckon, eh? Any other ideas I got? I'm open to them. Just stay off my land, though. Yeah, so that was it for. There was only like a table of long boxes there at Dan's, but thanks a lot for. Thank you for your service, real soldier in the comic war of finding and bringing good stuff to people. I don't take it for granted. Like a lot of it, you do like add enjoyment to people's lives to like help them find like cool shit. Actually, I mean, it might sound like kind of silly, like, oh, we're just a bunch of comics and stuff, but actually, you know, if you find like a good record or music or art, it does like enhance your life, at least in some way, in some degree. So thanks for all the years there, Dan. He said he'll be around, so that's good to hear too. All right, I'll stop being so maudlin. Next vendor, this from Stringbean over there. I said I want to get Nightfall for, if I can put it together for $1, I will. Here's Detective Comics number 664, Nightfall part 12, and here's 665 part 16. So there's like fucking 4 or 5 other titles that month of Nightfall. Maybe not. 666 Nightfall part 18. Another Savage Dragon volume 1, this time the 3rd issue. Kabuki Circle of Blood, issue 3. Yeah, because I had this as like a young, kind of a youngster, like just a young teenager, and trying to read it back then, it like, I don't remember, I remember like I wanted to like it, but I like kind of didn't dig it, but I'll revisit it all these years later. Certainly the art is like, and the layouts and everything, composition, if you'd call it that, like spotting of blacks and just like the flow of everything is really cool, so it kind of like deserves a revisit, I imagine, if I can piece it together. Like, just, it's so packed of like just craziness, man. Okay, and I guess last from those buck bins over there, The Witcher, Corvo Bianco, number 4, with Bartosz, Sztybor, Corrado, Mastantuono, Matteo, Vattani, San Orsolani, LHU. Wow, those are some, you don't see names like that just kicking around, eh? But these are pretty fun, man. I've just found them like randomly, and like bargain bins and stuff. And what do you got? You got fights. See him headbutting that guy there in the nose. Yeah, pretty well coordinated fights too. And in just one issue, you got a chick chained up in like a corset. Classic stuff. Got a rat guy. Fight the rat guy, naturally. And always like cool, kind of a cool world and design and stuff. A lot of my friends that kind of know me have really recommended these games, but it's one of those things where I'm like, okay, games like you could lose so much time. I can only play like, I can never really switch between games. I play like 1 or 2 at a time, and I just like get into those. But I know everybody that I know that's like play these, like they just like, you know, 1,000 hours or something. God, here's that leather and metal corset, or bustier, if you will. Classic stuff. But yeah, these are pretty fun, and not just like these lunk-headed elements, which I like, but also tight, good writing, it seems, too. So I'm interested in getting more of these. I was trying to like trade for some, but they were all gone when I went there at one place. Okay, next. Okay, I was there at the right time, right place. I think thanks to Mikey that was there too, that did he point out this box of smut that was being sorted by Wally and Troy from String Bean? Yeah, and they were kind of like just bagging it and cleaning it and pricing it. They hadn't priced this one yet. The old price tag was $20. Bang, by Wally Wood. Like really adult sex parodies on Little Abner, Farmer's Daughter, it says, Terry and the Pirate, Snow White, Sally Forth. I have a bunch of printings of this in Italian when I was visiting Italia at one point, but not in English, so this will be cool to have. And I can't show the interior because it's like all adults only stuff. Also this, yeah, he gave me this for $15. Awesome. I'm shitting my pants. That's the kind of stuff, like, if everything was like that, then I wouldn't need to get all these other things to fill the holes or whatever. Fill holes in my life. Complete canon. This is also Wally Wood, like sex and spy stuff. I thought I heard that he did this for like military papers or something, but the old price on there was $40. They sold me this for $20. I have a couple of these like originals, but only a couple, so not even able to, like, I don't think I have number 1, for instance. I think I have like maybe 2, 3, and 4, or 3 and 4. Yeah, this is awesome too. Very happy with that. This is a later, like, this is reprints by Fantagraphics, but hey man, I'll take it. I'm not too ain't too proud to only get the originals. I would get the originals if I came across them, but barring that, and I mean, you know, when does this stuff get reprinted again for people caring about value? It probably, like, I imagine it's not gonna like depreciate or anything, or become like this stuff, like, or be like reprinted, right? All that jazz. So Gotta get it when I can. I can, like, $20 seems pretty perfect. Okay. Moving on now to LCS stuff. That was the flea market. Some good stuff there. Oh yeah, you know what? I got a story to tell you. They mentioned that they had, like, that they've been processing a collection of this stuff for, like, the past, like, month every weekend. And that a guy already bought a huge stack for, like, $3,000. And yeah, my head almost did explode in rage and, like, wonderment at what I had missed and stuff too. But this stuff was, like, perfectly timed for, like, to exactly find me. I love Wally Wood. He's on my Rushmore, and all that smutty stuff he did. These things are, like, they're so hilarious, actually. They're, like, really funny. Okay. How are we doing? 20 minutes in? Okay. Yeah, we're almost at the releases, so I'll keep this one video. Only one LCS for used stuff this week. That was Mighty. These were like $1 or $2 each. Fantastic Four, number 292, close to the end of Burns' run. I just get them if they got Shulky. This was like $1. G.I. Joe Special Missions, number 14. $2 for Sin City, Dame to Kill For, number 1. Oh, what the hell? Special edition? Okay, that's weird. I've never seen this before. It must be a reprint. Let me take a quick look. If there's anything different in there, I'll resume the video for you guys. Yeah, it's a reprint. Nothing really different in here except the lacking, like, some editorial back matter, maybe a letters page, and then having this ad on the inside, and this different back cover maybe. What year is this anyway? 2005. Okay, so that's around the time of the movie, I think. Don't judge me. Tarot, Witch of the Black Rose, volume 5. They had volume 5, 6, and 7 there, and they used trade paperback section. And I'm not proud of myself for getting this half American cover price, but I tried to pick up, like, the hottest one. But like I said, I like his art best on, like, Jim Balent, like Catwoman. This isn't nudity. Bots, get it right, okay? But obviously I can't really show anything. Yeah, it's so weird that, like, sometimes I could find these in bargain bins and stuff, but when you look them up online, I think single issues are, like, pretty pricey, like 10 or 15 or something weird nowadays. So just a word to the wise, if you come across them, check them out, have a fap, don't wash your hands, leave it soiled, and then make some money selling it again and make a profit. You know, why do it for free when you can get paid to do it? Alright, sorry guys for the jokes. Here's new releases now. Starting with, like, cover buys and stuff I haven't read yet. And I have a story that's gonna maybe piss you off, how it pisses me off. I had pre-ordered these Do a Powerbomb Japanese wrestling mag variant covers. And yeah, because all you homies have always, like, told me Diane Warren Johnson. I'm not that familiar with his stuff, actually, except for, like, a couple issues of Transformers I've read. And I was like, yeah, let me check out that Do a Powerbomb. Pre-ordered it, and then that issue 1, it, like, got hot, and then everybody was trying to get it. Fuck, I'm getting so fucking pissed off even thinking about it. And I guess I don't know what happened in the distribution or warehouse or somewhere along the line. Like, I never got my number 1 of this. And if you try to get it now, it's like $30, $40, $50. And I was like, oh, cool, I, like, pre-ordered that. Like, good, I'm getting it. I don't have to, like, worry about chasing it around and shit, and then if I don't like it. But yeah, I guess somebody, like, just took it along the supply chain or something. Like, that fucking, it makes me rage right now. I'm like, fucking, it, just thinking about it makes me, like, actually just, you know, teenager just, like, punch through this fucking computer case or just, like, punch anything. Like, it actually is so annoying that I can't even, like, believe that shit, man. So, like, and I wanted to read it because you guys recommended it so much. And, like, what, now I have issue 2? Like, this, it actually makes me want to just crumple this up and throw it. Like, fucking, it makes me so fucking mad, man. Because they're just like, oh, maybe wait and you'll get it. Like, when the shop owner was trying to, like, contact the distribution warehouse and shit, they're like, oh. What the fuck? Anyway, so what do I do with this now? I'm, like, subscribed to all these. I'll have the rest of them, and then, like, if some fucking joker out there has mine, that pisses me off, man. Okay, maybe I'll take a second pause and get back to this. I know maybe it seems like ridiculous to get worked up about that, but it's like so fucking, just the principle of it is like, I fucking pre-ordered it, like fuck off. Okay, maybe something that'll put you in a better mood. I got my extra copy of Gastronomique that I had ordered also, but for some reason wasn't there until now. The Jenny Frison smut version, which I've taken the liberty of like letting you see without within the confines that YouTube will allow. So if you were wondering what it looks like, I think your brain can do the rest. Disgusting. Mama. What is Beyond Wednesdays would say? Harley Quinn, David Nakamiyama variant. I was like, yeah, something about it, right? You know, seeing her in this getup. I'm an idiot. Number 65. And some people were saying that there's almost like a swipe or like almost a take on the Sharon Stone dress if it in the pose and expression, hair, and if it was sleeveless and this was part of the same dress or skirt. Anyhow, whatever. Maybe this was like when I saw it, I'm like, why'd I do that? But whatever. Transformers number 33. Just kind of putting these, like I said, these never turn up like secondhand or used or in bargain bins or anything. So I kind of want to like put a little run together just to be able to read it, because all the ones I've read were pretty cool. So just whenever. Number 35. This finally came back too, because had been another mix-up. Like, what's going on? Blood of the Wolfman, the die-cut foil cover, and this is only $1 more than the other covers, which is why I'd ordered it. Yeah, so it's kind of like on the outer is like kind of the human side, if you will. We're gonna get to the latest issue of that, because that issue just came out, but check out how like just this first issue, the atmosphere and everything is just so awesome. It's really perfectly done. Like, it just really puts you in a weird, like, kind of headspace. Yeah, have a drink or something. It's a party after all. Look outside, the moon. And the page turn, and it's just this madness. I really like that. Yeah, pretty fun, that first issue for sure. Alright, still collecting these blacklight Vampirella covers. Once in a while, I think like when they look good, because these are only cover price to like a normal, they're like a normal cover price, but they're pretty cool, man. Yeah, when you see them under a blacklight, some of them look like really, really cool actually, but it doesn't transfer the camera, sadly. Okay, so those were all the cover buys and stuff I haven't read yet. Now to the thumbs down. For those with similar kind of like tastes anyway. This is like a nice cover though, this bloodbath, take a bath in your blood. And I like how these are Rebecca Puebla that does these with this character, right? I guess her dress is always kind of this reddish, like burgundy, bloodish, blood purple. That's really well done too. But aside from the cover, the shit's ass inside. If you, according to for writing, I mean, it's like really far left propaganda. Not to be a broken record here, I don't even want to talk about it. Okay, the first one is like they run immigration center, and the guy feeds the immigrants to alligators. Of course, he gets his comeuppance. There you go. The second one here, this kind of like overweight chick learns to like dress like a snoot. she learns how to dress all hot, and but the metaphor is that she has like a demon inside her, or she becomes like a man-eater, or like she's like consuming who she has sex with, because she used to dress like this, and then it's like she's like learning to love herself, so it's just like making out with herself even, and, like having sex with herself, and then like of course the Catholics have to exorcise the demon. They say she's like possessed by a demon, and then she's sad. This one, the Christian father is teaching his son how to hunt. Of course, that's evil, and he's quoting the Bible at the same time. So, yeah, the nature gets his revenge. Aren't these great? This one is kind of not bad. He is kind of like that continuing Groundhog Day. just like shut up, writers. Just don't try to have any kind of like, just. I'm an idiot too. I don't even want to talk about this. I don't want to fucking rage about, and it's not that I disagree. It's just that it's like, how fucking dumb do you think people are? It's like, what the fuck do you know about the world? How fucking, like, people that know nothing but think they can lecture on everything. Ugh, just shut up. Don't hire people to write that don't have, like, any life experience or knowledge to pass on. Or, like, if you're gonna, there's gotta be some kind of, like, not that everything's about knowledge, just, like, don't pretend to try to be wise or something. Fuck. Like, just make something dumb instead. You know what I mean? Or it's like, people that are really smart don't mind acting dumb, or people that are really dumb are like trying to act smart. I'm not sure exactly, but it's just like, okay, I remember like why I stopped getting these, because it's like an insult to your intelligence to pay for them. But the covers are cool, and like I said, there were some like they do get some like indie, you know. I just want to have faith in an indie horror anthology, but yeah, there were one or two issues that weren't bad, but a lot of them are like, okay, fuck, I remember why I didn't subscribe to this shit. Okay, but like I said, I try not to have like too many thumbs down or like non-recommends, because I don't even know, like, I want to be like Snake Plissken, man. I want to be like, I don't give a fuck about your culture war or your whatever. I just don't even want to fucking, you know, these debates and shit are like we should even be beyond all this shit, you know. We shouldn't be like dumb, and let's not dumb down the class with like even having to talk about this about dumb shit. But anyway, so Daredevil number 5. Now I'm gonna get to the mez or like whatever. But before that, are you guys watching Lanterns? Have you heard of this show called Lanterns? Maybe you haven't heard of it. It's not like everybody's talking about it or anything. But as far as like superhero stuff, that is like one of the most fun things that I'm checking out right now. I don't even remember the last time I was excited for a show like coming out weekly or something. Maybe it was back in like Mandalorian season 1 and 2 or something, but your mileage may vary. Maybe there's something cool there that we can like talk about or anything. But anyway, so Daredevil number 5 is the end of the first arc here, and it's passable but quite mediocre, and that's unfortunate, because I'd wish it had like a stronger start to this series. Maybe it's a good time to dip out. They're gonna start a new story arc, but it's not bad, but it's mid. You know what I mean? Especially like, let me take the opportunity to talk to you. Have you heard of this show called Lanterns? Maybe you haven't heard of it. It's pretty fucking good. Like, we can't like this kind of stuff. I'm like, why the fuck would I? Or if that were a medium, like, it's like everything is, a lot of stuff is like below the bar. What I wanted to talk to you guys about Lanterns. Everybody, do you need me to? I would tell you that, like, don't treat it as one of those things that you're just gonna like have on while you're doing dishes or laundry or something. Like, actually, I tried to do that, and then like within the first minute, I'm like, oh shit, I can tell this, like, they're actually trying to make a cinematic kind of experience level of like moments of like quiet where your visual is more visual or like stuff like that, you know what I mean? So I was like, okay, this will be on the big screen with the stereo up, and fucking yeah, man, like that beautiful Buick Grand National to start out, and then what happens to that, and the fucking Stooges, like how good is, you know, you fooled me once or whatever, you're Stooges is one of my favorite bands, but the rest of the soundtrack too is like fucking killer, man. And the even like that, the kind of like electronic with like electric guitars and shit, and yeah, that guy Kyle Chandler, the guy who plays Hal Jordan, his like all his micro expressions are like as good as fucking like Homelander, man. Like, just the huge amount of that he's able to convey of like in like humor wise and like different emotion, and like the way he kind of looks at people, and there was like a smile in his eyes when he's like, even though he's being a hard ass, you could tell that he gains respect for people and stuff and sees like a different thing in them. yeah, these are like fucking really good episodes, man. And the shit flew by. I was like, fuck, that hour felt like a half an hour. Okay, that's a big digression, but yeah, high recommend for that. Kelly MacDonald as well, with the, you know, from like Train Spotting and No Country for Old Men and Boardwalk Empire. Yeah, how can you not have a crush on her? Their chemistry, fuck, it's great. I hope some of you guys are watching it and enjoying it because it's fun to have, like, remember I mentioned that shit when we'd actually have like a show and come to school the next day and be able to talk about it. I feel like, you know, everybody has absolute Batman, but maybe Lanterns is like my absolute Batman at the moment, that I'm like, yeah, I'm stoked for it and shit. Who knows what'll happen. I never get involved with TV shows because they always like fucking, you know, for one season or another, by the end they're just fucked with the amount of chefs in the kitchen fucking getting their dirty hands in the goulash and shit. So yeah, but at least, you know, from the first 2 episodes you're like, oh yeah, they filmed the whole fucking season like this. Shit is gonna be like pretty fucking good, seems anyway. You could tell, man, if it, you know, walks like a duck and squawks like a duck and stuff. You can't really like veil. Who knows if, like, hopefully there won't be some weird thing about, like, everybody is talking about like immigration. That's like that must be what the you know, I've worked for like propaganda companies before. You do the telephone polls. What do you care about right now? And then you see 2 weeks later, that's what all the fucking news and like politicians and everybody in media is talking about. It's retarded. Like, who can't see through this stuff? But anyway, yeah, anyways, Lantern is good. Okay, we're going through mid stuff too. This is Denver #1. Huge digression to talk about Lanterns there, but it's deserved. I feel like I'm missing other stuff to talk. Yeah, and we get to be all like, oh, what's every episode? Who do you think is like the monster and shit? Or like little theories. Oh, did you see that the bird? Like, what does that mean and stuff? It's fun to have that kind of thing to like enjoy and like chew on and talk about with people and shit, and like even hear other people talk about it. So really enjoying that right now. That would be one of the, file that under the recommends, which would be like later in this video anyways. Kind of fucked up and not out of order here, still in the kind of mids. Denver by Gray and Palmiotti, who are usually a killer team. This kind of like was a little bit disappointing though. This beautiful Dan Panosian cover though, talking about classic comic stuff. Woman in bondage at the mercy of crime. But it seems like this is like post-apocalyptic. Denver is one of the only places left standing, and yeah, they're kind of like the port of entry, almost customs or immigration. Also, this officer that people are like trying to get in, and yeah, to like kind of turn him away, and then all of a sudden, I don't know if it's related, some crime ensues and his wife is like kidnapped. We'll see what happens, but it didn't, like, the little character bits, like, it didn't make me care about these people and stuff. Usually Gray and Palmiotti do it, but in this case I'm kind of like, it's kind of like it's all right. I'll see what happens, but there's kind of like better futuristic action coming up if you had to choose. Not that you do. Absolute Green Arrow, these are kind of like just whatever for me. Some people are really enjoying them. It just seems like a revenge fantasy against like the rich boogeyman, which they even kind of like get into in this. Oh well, I mean, like, you know, it's bad to be racist or have weird stereotypes or prejudices and stuff, except against rich people and other kind of demographics and stuff. So it's pretty, like, I'm not saying that you worship rich people. That's the other, like, you know, duality, pig mindset. Just try to elevate. But anyway, so it's weird that it's almost like a Dexter kind of serial killer, where the fantasy too is like going into like even mutilating dead bodies and stuff, which is pretty psychotic. Like, if you're mutilating dead bodies, you're pretty fucking gone, man. But that's what our hero does, which can be okay. I guess he does it for certain reasons, to convey messages, or in this case like a full thumbprint scanner. yeah, the mystery of like who is the Green Arrow, that's pretty what's it called, compelling, I guess, or like you kind of want to know. You kind of get to see what happened to Oliver Queen in this, so you get an answer definitively if Oliver Queen is this Green Arrow or not. Maybe I'll continue to get these still, but I'm just getting them out of momentum a little bit, or I kind of want to see like what happens if this becomes it seems like pretty intelligent though, like for all my shitting on it, that it will like maybe do something more interesting, because they're even aware of like the kind of what would it be called, you know, there's like racial divides or demographic divides that people we kind of voiced it on us, but there's the divide between like rich and poor too. They're kind of playing with that kind of like hatred or fear and stuff too. Thinking like, you know, only anybody ever only gets rich because of like exploiting people and stuff. Like that's not necessarily whatever. Okay, but yeah, this seems like it might be pretty clever and shit. We'll see what happens, man. I want to see what happens. Okay, I think this, like, a lot of people like this, but it's not really for me. Zorro's Legacy number 2, where he's kind of like modernizing it, and now he's gonna like use gadgets and like bulletproof armor and stuff, and this is kind of not ready for prime time here. Aaron Lopresti can really be pretty sick and awesome, but on stuff like this, like, he was a Russian man, not to talk shit, but I mean, maybe it's just a monthly comic schedule rather than like his, I think his crowdfunded stuff is like really strong. But yeah, with all the kind of like beating the crap out of people and using gadgets and all this like all of a sudden you know, he like invents like crazy gadgets and stuff. It's like, what? It's just Batman. I mean, Batman is inspired by Zorro, but it seems like now circularly this modern Zorro is like, just why am I just not reading Batman instead or anything? Not that I'm like, I love Batman or anything, but that's my verdict on it. You might like it, depending. There's you know, different eyes see different ways, but that's if you want your Zorro to be kind of Batman like, go for it. Maybe if you dig that kind of thing. Okay, maybe last of the Maz for me, but it's because of, I'm gonna show you, man. This is the Eastman and Laird Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1 facsimile. All right, I'll tell you why I wasn't too keen on this. And let's try to do this properly here. But maybe I'm just like not wise to the earlier printings of the first issue. But it seems to me like this looks dark and muddy, man. I've looked at like 3 different copies in different shops now, and it seems like it is. They all are printed the same. Let's do this right and like kind of compare though. So it just seems to me like that this, see, this has like more contrast in the brighter areas, right? Seems to me. This all kind of gets like to be almost the same gray for me, but maybe it's because, was the original paper more yellowish like this? I gotta be careful with this one. This is only a 4th printing here on the right side, but wait a minute, we fucking missed a page or what? Where is it? Okay, that's that. And then let's stay on the same shit, right? Yeah, see, like there's more, it seems like there's more definition also, that the like the screen tone, like, fucking look at this shit, man. It's like, wait, look at this guy's face, right? It's like way clearer in previous printings or previous, it seems wrong. Like, look at how dark this all becomes. The mid-tone, the definition there. I think it's like, even if it's not consciously registering, just instinctively is like, fuck, I as soon as I open this, I'm like, I don't like this. This facsimile, it's pretty, it just Am I fucking like, am I just really having a fucking attitude problem? No, this is like way different, man. This has way more going on in it, right? And then this is kind of just a fucking muddy mess, it seems to me. Like, I'm actually getting angry looking at this. Is number 1, are the actual printings of number 1, because like I said, this is a 4th print here, that, bad? Probably not. Like, it almost looks like there's some fucking digital restoration, or like some fucking like, did they use like the fucking what's this shit called? Is it definition? Is that like the filter? Okay, this is kind of like, it's like way darker or something. All the midtones are like super dark, or like the lines for them got way thicker, like even the really small thin lines. If you were to zoom in, I wonder if that's the case. This is kind of interesting to look at, though. Let's find a big splash or something. Like, doesn't one look much better? It looks to me like this one is like, it's like the contrast is way up. Like, there's no mid. Like, everything is either really dark or bright. I'm getting pissed off here, man. I'm sorry if I'm ruining this for you, because I feel like I was excited to get this, and I don't even, like, if this is somebody's first experience and they like it, I wouldn't want to ruin it for them. But I feel like even instinctively, maybe if this is somebody's first experience seeing this issue, they're going to like instinctively be like, I don't see what the big deal is, because it's really not as good. Look at how shitty this looks compared to this. They really use some weird, like, and look at this compared to this, right? They fucked it up, man. I know, I just know that the original doesn't look this fucked up. Like, I'm sure the original looks more like this, right? Rather than... You're losing a lot of, like, mid-tone definition and detail. And, like, it's way less crisp or something. I swear it feels like they, like, they thickened, like, the line weight. They, like, made the line weight heavier, maybe, on the screen tone. It's fucking pissing me off, man. Like, this looks so good. I had to see these two side by side to know I wasn't, like, smoking crack, because I was, like, looking at this, and I was even asking people, like, the shop owners, I'm like, does it look fucking off to you? I think it fucking does, man. It's like, you know, maybe it's not super easy to notice, so if there's like somebody trying this out, I wouldn't even mention it to them. Let them try to enjoy it. Yeah, because a lot of it is still pretty good. It's still pretty good. Maybe the difference is like not that thing, but I'm just scared that if it was somebody's first experience with this, they would be, like, what the fuck? What's going on here? I'd be scared that if it was somebody's first experience with it, they'd be like, yeah, it was like whatever. I don't see what the big deal is. Look at the power of the explosion on this page compared to this. Like, they're not even lit up by it in this. What the fuck is going on, dude? I'm sure that the original doesn't look like this. It can't be like this. I don't know what they were doing. This is a nice page. Let's take a look at how it looks in here. It deserves it, I reckon, right? Not a bad page, but there is a difference you can see too. I don't think it turns out very bad in here, actually. This looks pretty cool. Okay, but yeah, I just wanted to know if I was tripping or not. Okay, so that's why I thought this is like kind of mid, unfortunately. Like, if this is such a good idea, they should be selling a fucking million of these. Anyhow, moving on. Okay, you know what I think about that TMNT is, like, It's $7, the cover. It's probably worth having. I like my other one better. But those are more valuable, right? You gotta be more careful. This maybe is like, for now anyways, maybe all these reprints do go up in value eventually, but for now this is, it would be good enough to let other people thumb through. Like, I wouldn't let other motherfuckers thumb through my other print as number one or anything, but this, you can keep it in a common room area. Maybe that's one way of looking at it. Or, yeah, it's not a huge deal, but in a way it is. It depends, so it depends on you and stuff. Okay, American Caper number 10. This stuff now that's like thumbs up, or like generally like good, more good than bad, and these are in no particular order this week, but my most emphatic thumbs up will be at the end. Okay, American Caper kind of got me on board. I'm kind of like roller coastering with this, depending on which characters it shows, because yeah, our kind of what appear to be our protagonists are like, it's kind of hard to care about them, but I like the Fed, and like his cop buddy here, and the assassin for the cartel is like one of the coolest guys. Everybody else is like, I can't wait for them to die. I can't wait for them to get their kind of punishment. The kids are all right because they're innocent. But yeah, this Fed guy, like, surprisingly on the side of Law and Order. This assassin or like torturer for the cartel is. I hope he doesn't die either, because he's the most interesting. And the other motherfucker that looks to be that he'll be... Will it be this guy? No, that looks like some millionaire or something. No, is it? On cover 12, maybe that guy who like escaped from jail or whatever. That guy's the other... Why is it only the villains? Or I'm rooting for them. Just kill off the the annoying cast. Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon. Here's dispatch number 2. I just said that because... It's kind of like Die Hard. That's the only thing I can like best compare it to. It is pretty tight. I feel like when it's all together, it's going to be, yeah, really creative, like action and violence too. I feel like when you put it together and read it, it will be like, it'll feel like you watched like a tight 90-minute action movie that's kind of like all steak no fat, like just fun. Yeah, man, I recommend. Suspenseful too. The tension heightens and the plot thickens, but you gotta depend on our guy. He's all by himself. What can he do? Man up to the task. Okay, back on board with the G.I. Joe number 25. I was kind of roller coastering in this too, but it's cool how they reprinted just certain issues showcasing certain characters there with the Ito covers, and it kind of like refreshes your memory of like these certain like cool kind of darker, heavier characters. That's kind of what happens in this one. Is like they're gonna make a team that like isn't under Duke's command, because he's kind of like more like by the book, like justice and stuff. But this is kind of gonna be the Black Ops G.I. Joe team, or like we're the ones that don't mind killing people, which is cool. We're gonna see. That's gonna get me more interested. I want more of that. When's Snake Eyes gonna show up? Here's the Gooner cover. Always gotta get one of those, but I'll probably resell this. I'm not like too keen on it. The lighting is nice though. Okay, Hellraiser number 1. This is I guess like a facsimile though of something earlier from 2000 whatever. Written by Clive Barker and Christopher Monfett. Art by Leonardo Manco. This was pretty decent, but yeah. It's cool. The art and the writing, everything is like pretty true to form. But it like, oh yeah, this pipe organ made out of a fucking like defleshed like skinned guy. So badass. That's so hard and scary. I don't know. Sometimes, once in a while, sometimes I like Clive Barker stuff. Other times I'm like, yeah, you're trying a little hard, but. If you're into this kind of thing, it's certainly not bad. I was kind of liking some of the, it was like I was liking some Hellraiser stuff, not by Clive Barker necessarily, a little more at times too, but it seems alright. There's your Brad Street cover too. I'm kind of checking these out because I know it seems like people always want this horror license stuff later, like at conventions and stuff. And kind of like, they almost feel like if it's not worth it, like you can charge cover price or more, which it'll probably be worth more, like as the years go on, and it's like they'll be like, what the fuck, you know, they don't even want to look at something that's like $2 or $3 anyways, because it's not, it'll be like worth more to like that crowd and shit. So I'm checking it out. I want to be a connoisseur of all that weird license stuff. Okay, enough about me. The Jungle, number 10, the continuing saga of the humans. I've kind of just been like jumping into this. I actually don't know anything. It's like pretty far along. I know Dan Elson, you were mentioning that this is there was an earlier series. I think Elbow as well is like familiar with it, and it seems cool. Like I guess they're like a biker club or something, and they're in jail or a prison at this point. And there's like, at the same time as there's like this fight to settle things, like between some inmate factions. There's also like this like assassination behind the scenes while everybody's busy with that, and it's really well done. All the coordination of all the comicdom of here. It's kind of like this would be good if they were even just like humans, like, you know, if you like fucking Shot Caller or something like that, or in, blood out kind of prison scenes and stuff. But well, not that crazy, maybe, but yeah, it's just like more fun that they're drawn as apes and monkeys, I guess. And it's kind of the underground, like outsider sensibilities. Can be some like hyper violence and stuff too. Oh shit, you know what? There's some cool back matter, but some cool like pinups too. That's sick. James Barf Callahan. Who does this? Keenan Marshall Keller and Tom Nelly. Pretty fun. This crazy like twist on kaiju, giant monster and giant robots fight, or movies or action or tropes or whatever. Megalith, the Olympus Saga number 3, coming to its conclusion. So that's cool to me, because it's kind of like maybe a first episode or like even like a movie or something of like I said, it's like a pretty good like Godzilla or giant robot thing, but different. Like I did like enjoy this. I kind of want to like reread them all, and then because issue 0 is weird. Like it kind of, I guess it shows different things in like this universe, if you will, and like different like parts of like the timeline like throughout the universe. So it is like cosmic, but it is like cosmically weird too, making a whole universe. But it doesn't reek of like they do touch on like these different aspects of like other stories or something, but I like how it's not trying to like hook you into that shit like by leaving you unsatisfied with this one. It does seem to be that there's like a definitive like end to this chapter or intro and stuff, if you will, and it's not just like, well, if you didn't like this, then stay tuned for this. They try to like make it pretty well contained and stuff there, and then there's this little other story too. So I kind of liked all this. It does seem overall like a recommend of a series, but I kind of want to like check it out again. I remember I really liked issue number 0. We'll get back to this. You know what? It kind of gets convoluted in my mind, where I'm wondering if Tankers is in like the same universe too, because they kind of have like weird short stories going on, and it comes out the same week, which doesn't help with me confusing them, because I do definitely read them both in the same day. But anyhow, we'll come to Tankers shortly too. Shell Shock from Oni's EC. I was surprised that I liked this one, because you know they kind of drop the ball a lot of the time with the EC stuff, similar to Hello Darkness, where they can't help themselves with being like exercising their Wikipedia knowledge against you and stuff. But this is cool, man. John Arcudi. These kind of like almost like weird war tales, but like, or Vertigo kind of dark war stories with like maybe a spookier paranormal element. I've read only 3 out of the 5. Is it 5? I think there's like 5 stories in here. So 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So they were all good. So the other 2, who knows? But Usually you're getting like less with anthologies. I just feel like you're lucky if you're getting like half or more that are good and not stinkers or mediocre or whatever. This third story with Lapham, where it's kind of like in this Castro era of where they're coming up with like different creative ways to assassinate world leaders and stuff. Here's that classic like poison tipped umbrella and shit like that. And yeah, I don't want to bore you with all it, but I was always saying like EC, they know how to bring it with like the cool twist or surprise ending, or at least like a cool like shocking chapter of gore. I'll let you see it, because I mean it's not really like you know, the in the EC stories is like you want to just see some cool gore or something, right? But yeah, the story leading up to it is cool too in that regard. And then finishing off with, they always like reprint a classic story. In this case, Jack Davis, who is the fucking man. She's on my Rushmore as well. And my Rushmore, I'm not saying that it has like a lot of people. It is a small amount. But yeah, love the Jack Davis. This issue of Shudder is just kind of like okay. The first time that I've like, these are always like good like Roger Corman level like B-movie horror though. And the Reno Maniquis with the heavy Peter Cushing. Just one of the characters is totally modeled on Peter Cushing. This chick's getup is cool. I'm wondering if like they say that, thankfully, like I'm like, man, I really like this Reno Maniquis guy's stuff. I'm like, is there any kind of computer assistance or anything? But apparently not, which happy to hear. Not that it's like a huge deal. Maybe the ends justify the means, but I just feel like I have more respect for it when it doesn't rely on that stuff, right? There's just like more, I don't know, it's more like the ability to create is like stronger. Yeah, nice here. Nick Polivko. But yeah, some of the reads in here were just kind of silly, or like maybe a little not as like strong as other issues, but they're always kind of fun or funny. But truthfully, I've only read a couple of these. Werewolf's Paw. Just a cleverly made prop. I was assured it's authentic. Either way, it's fascinating. How much? Honestly, it creeps me out, so you can have it cheap. I'll take it, and good riddance to it. This Werewolf's Paw you find at like a weird collectibles store. Well, it's supposedly a werewolf's paw, right? Remember, your wishes must be made during a full moon. There's one tonight. He's walking out of there, he's saying, Chelsea's gonna love this. Gets it home to his wife. She's saying, you paid good money for that? Fake? Henry, looks real to me, sweetie. If so, all the more reason to get rid of it. You know that old short story, The Monkey's Paw? If that ugly thing really grant 3 wishes, tragedy will come of them. I'm going to the supermarket to pick up a few things, and when I get back, that eyesore better be out of this house. Just pretty kind of fun. Okay, but I won't belabor it. I'm sure you can tell maybe things go bad with that. In this one, like Nazis are trying to use their dead child soldiers and make super strong zombie soldiers out of them. Kind of standard fare, and the art also a little bit standard on that one, sadly, but you know, not bad. Like this would pass in any old horror comic. It has its moments, so usually I haven't read them all. Like often there will be one that'll like kind of redeem it and stuff though too. So you know, these are mostly a recommend. But in the case of this issue, the half of the stories that I read, maybe it would be like a bargain bin or half off. But usually they're worth full cover price to me, certainly for the entertainment and the level of art and writing. Okay, Tankers versus Ancient Aliens #3. Fun, man. Is this just, yeah. Okay, more of like these weird chapters that are just weird world building, like these totally alien worlds of like where you're like, what the fuck is going on, man? How do you even like, you can make heads or tails of it, but it's just like, what the fuck? I hope they continue with the Tankers story next, because maybe it's like too much weird world building. This little preview of Warbird looked kind of good. Reboing in this like super expensive yacht. Okay, Blood of the Wolfman Universal Monsters by Josh Williamson, Leo Max, and Pip Martin. Issue number 3. It's not like these are monthly kind of like stories or whatever, where every month is like a different story, but to me this issue is like the kind of the weakest, but it's kind of just a part of the story. But like, man, the dad is like cartoonishly mean. It's kind of getting a little bit less immersive in that case. And the art is like, it took like a weird, it's like a little, it feels like the art is a little bit different in this maybe, but still pretty cool though. You finally get, okay, this issue 3, you get to see another werewolf scene though. I won't spoil it, but that's cool. And like gore, and cool scene too, cool set piece to have the werewolf in. But I really liked issue number 1. So I don't know if I'll... Issue 2 is like story. I wonder how long this will go for. Anyways, no matter what, I'll keep issue number 1. But these 1 in 10 covers are kick-ass too. I'm glad that I'm able to get these. These are the ones I like the best. By Mario Wolf, ironic, and Mike Spicer. Yeah, I still recommend this series. Just, there's always a low point of like a movie or something maybe, but yeah, my hate never ends, you know it. Thanks for being here. But we come to my emphatic recommends of this week or two. I can't put these in any order. I just have to put them all together because they're so different from each other, and like they're all like excellent. I don't know if I want to talk about this one last or something because it's so good, dude. Concrete Stars Over Sand number 3. Just beautiful and like heartbreaking. Like, I can't believe how fucking... It's so suspenseful and like beautiful. Oh god. And it's so... Oh, that hurts my feelings so much that... Oh. And it's something that like, it's kind of like an otherworldly premise or something to Concrete is like, at this point he has amnesia. He's almost like a Frankenstein's monster, if you want to get to it that way, where he doesn't even know what he is or what everything like in this world is and stuff when he's seeing like animals and trees or thunderstorms or anything, and he's all just alone out there in the wilderness. Fucking feel for him, man. It's so messed up. And there's like this other parts with the helicopter, like a part of the goddamn blade mechanism like coming out, where Maureen is like stuck in the helicopter and in extreme peril. With all this beautiful fucking nature study that Paul Chadwick does, I feel like, I mean, like, for me, I would be like, maybe I'll just, go to the library and draw this stuff out of a book or a nature show or something. I'm sure that's got to be the case sometimes, but I bet he gets out there old-fashioned, like, OG style and draws, like, nature studies from nature and stuff, too. Oh, man, it's fucking sick. God damn. This is it. This is, like, some of the best shit out, man. Like, this is good comics here, man. It's Concrete. If you like, I'm getting so like choked up even, man. High recommend. I can't even look at this. Okay, but sometimes I want to be a wise like person with a lot of being able to feel emotions and stuff, but other times I just want like some good fucking like action sci-fi action shit, and Grendel is really delivering on that. Devil's Crucible Sedition. It's fucking sick, man. It's pretty fucking perfect. These fucking vampires having sex while they're just bathed in blood of like countless people. And these all these like different Grendel leaders from all over, all their cool costume designs and shit and personalities. Yeah, the designs are really cool in this. Cool moments and everything too, man. If you've got Grendel, yeah, they're this guy. They call this guy the millionaire. Why? Vampires killed his whole fucking family. He vowed to collect 1 million fangs in revenge. Not a Grendel, but he's one tough motherfucker. That collar and the greaves, all teeth. All vampire teeth. In this crazy future where, you know, it's like every different, like, huge span of, like, decades and stuff, the world is, or, like, hundreds of years. Like, it's, like, so crazy in the future that vampires are running it. And usually I'd be like, vampire, that's silly and stuff, but everything's so well done in these. Really kicking ass, man. So fun. I thought there was like a pin-up or something too. Okay. Also, like, extremely fun. But I'm a little bit mad. You seen Dan Elson's video? He got this as well. The cover Bs are these. Because, spoiler, this whole comic is like sideways like this. Basically letterboxed is one way that I would look at it. But it's kind of weird, like, how are you gonna... You gotta make sure you're sitting in the right chair at a table or something, or... Because my clumsy ass, I, like, dropped it and shit. But, yeah, all the cover Bs are gonna be like, this is the rear cover and whatever cover, but this was trying to order, but my shop didn't get it. Maybe I have to mail away. Because I want to subscribe to all these cover Bs. They're gonna be like this, in the right... what's the shit called, alignment or whatever, as the rest of the comic, and they're gonna have a different car. This, if you're a car lover, like you love like old muscle cars or something, which is a fucking beast, man. But me, like, I can't front. You know, I only know racing, like, cars from like GTA and racing video games and stuff. So I only got into like I grew up in the downtown, so I never had to like really commute or anything. But yeah, like appreciation of cars from that, and this is like for car lovers. It seems this is like dystopia where driving is like outlawed because everything's kind of taken over with like automation and stuff. The Second Civil War wasn't fought on the battlefield; it was fought online. Yeah, it's like Albert Pike predicted. The war is maybe World War III is WWW, bro. But this time there were no soldiers, only protesters and keyboard warriors. There were no rifles or cannons, just insults and accusations. Mostly a war of ideas. Soon the division was seized on by the greedy and powerful. They took control with a whisper, using computer algorithms and artificial intelligence to drive outrage. Agitprop, man. Tyranny returned. America now had many kings, the money barons. Not that this matters. This is kind of like, you know, when they have like a prelude before your world of like, and there was a war and blah blah, and like, you know, they have it before Fist of the North Star, or even like Akira is like 30 years later or whatever, but you don't even remember that. Like, or Mad Max is like, then there was like the oil wars and stuff. Is like, nobody fucking... It's cool to have that. It's almost like tradition, and like, why not? It kind of like, for those paying attention that enjoy it, gives them something too. But it's just this cool, like, you know, future post-apocalypse or future weird world. Always a fan of you know, I guess you'd call it like a dystopia where, fucking man, look at these cars. Look, so cool. I mean, he's able to like really give it motion too. The storytelling too, it does give it a cinematic feel. Like, just get over the gimmick and open yourself up to it and enjoy it, because you get a different kind of like way to compose the page, right, in landscape or whatever. This storytelling here, this sequence is really amazing. Actually, this is really cool. This how they did this. That's really neat. And yeah, there's like obvious, like at the beginning there, that kind of vanishing point call out, and you see there's, well, I guess one of the guys' name like Kowalski, and there's like little Easter eggs. I think her name is Shelby. Something I was gonna flag here for, but yeah, there's Kowalski. This is awesome. This is just thorough enjoyment of again, the medium of if it could be like a movie or an anime, like maybe like Redline or something like that. It harkens back to something like that, but this is just kind of like perfect adventure, like fantasy like being in another world that's really just cool and fun, entertaining. Pretty perfect stuff, man. I really want to, at least issue 1. It's pretty awesome, man. Also known as the Nitro Navajo and the Motor Mohican. A relic of the past who is either seen as a famous race car driver and stuntman or an infamous outlaw and smuggler. Yeah, he's supposed to go to jail indefinitely just for driving. You know, maybe it's just, sounds like ridiculous, but when you're reading it, you're just totally on board, man. And even the colors, everything is like really, really enjoying this, so let's see what happens. God damn it, I gotta get these cover Bs. Motherfucker got my order wrong or something. But all the covers are cool. Went with this one because nowhere got my fucking cover Bs that I wanted. Even though I ordered the cocksuckers. But it's just kind of like orders, at least like one thing gets wrong every month, just because every goddamn comic has like a fucking bajillion different covers, and also I guess without like the previews catalog, it makes it harder and all that shit too, maybe, or I'll live. Look how sick this looks though. Like, wouldn't you want that one? They're all pretty nice though, honestly. Seems like all the cover A's are almost like movie posters, but unique from each other, but there's cohesion between these. This is the way. Like, if you look at it, man, it's fucking hard to draw a car, but that's sick. And it doesn't look like he's tracing it either. Like, obviously, you can't. Yeah. I get, maybe if you have a 3D model, though, duh, that might be the way to do it. And then just, like, hand, like, without straight edges or French curves or something, maybe, or getting more life out of it. Who knows? You know what? I'm not gonna be like, a purist. Whatever he's doing is fucking great, though. Whatever he's doing for that. Okay, lastly, if you just like kind of this epic, maybe high fantasy or fantasy, it's kind of just perfect in that Solomon Kane Lion Errant. And like I said, there's no particular order. Maybe I respect Solomon Kane and like was moved by Concrete and had tons of fun with Last Driver and Grendel, so it's kind of different experiences, right? I can't really like pick the best out of these for this week or two, but this is pretty lovely shit, man. Let me give you a hint of the art is beautiful, but the world has lost all virtue. The spirit Lombardo skirled, brother, the world is blind and you are of the world. You blame not man for weakness, but the heavens. Where then is free will? Where then is the love for good, the hate for evil? Quote from Dante's Purgatorio at the beginning there. This guy's like just traveling through the pouring rain, comes to this castle. Is the queen awake? It's in the middle of the night. I believe so, she sups late. You are in a hurry. Good news travels slow. Bad news rides a swift horse. I must speak with the Rhine. Comes to be before the queen there. This is unexpected. Welcome to Fortress Taragar, brother-in-law. Come sit, dry yourself. Bring Mahua food for the master of scouts. Listen, my sister. The Mughals are on the move. Or he says later. It's like, you know, the pleasantries of like offering him food and comfort and like fresh clothes out of the rain. He's like, nah, that can't wait. This can't wait and stuff. I just like this kind of like writing. It's so like classy and classic. So she's told that the two like kind of asshole leaders of empire that are like surrounding her country are like gonna try to make war with her. What did she say here? I was ready for peace as I am for war. I am your Rani, and for the sake of Dharma, the right path, I have been patient, but I can also be terrible. Let the Khans hear the blast of the bison horn, the battle cry of our warriors, the roar of our war elephants. Meanwhile, Solomon Kane is just following this lion, because he was like, striding out, or I guess this lion appeared before him, and his weird magic staff is telling him to follow it. And he's saying like this lion keeps like leading him to, what is it saying here? Like the fables of Androcles and of Evine.